But let's now focus on Shriram Finance. The company is selling stake in their housing finance business to Warburg Pincus. This stake sale will happen for 4,630 crores. Y.S. Chakravarti, who is the MD and CEO of Shriram City Union Finance, is joining us now. Mr. Chakravarti, good morning and thanks a lot for joining in. How much will your capital adequacy ratio strengthen by, sir, with this stake sale of Shriram Housing to Warburg Pincus?
See, it's not a significant addition, but yeah, it will be, I think, up by about between 1 to 1.5%.
Okay, 1 to 1.5% is how much the capital adequacy ratio will go up by, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell us what is the outlook as far as the business is concerned? I mean, are you seeing any signs of pain at all in the rural markets? Because, you know, we have seen a lot of MFIs have talked about how asset quality is worsening. We've seen the NPAs go up as well. Wanted your thoughts on how things could shape up over the next 12 to 18 months?
No, as of now, we don't see any strain, very honestly, because see, our basic rural business is our two-wheeler business, our gold loan business, and small business loans. I'm not seeing any stress in these lines as of now. And even on the transportation sector, I think things are going well. Last 2 months were good. April, there was some slowdown. Typically, you know, beginning of the year, kind of a slight slowdown, but May has been good. And June so far is performing well.
But in the last conversation, you indicated that election is slowing things down a bit in terms of demand. But you're saying only the month of April was subdued. May and June has been on track. Can you give some numbers? What were the disbursements like in April, May, and even, you know, most of June?
So I would say this quarter, I mean, year on year, the quarter would be better. I'll not be able to give you the specific numbers as of now, but as of today, we are ahead of last year's numbers. So both the collections as well as disbursements, we were slightly ahead of last year's first quarter. So the elections, we were actually a little apprehensive that it will slow down, but compared to last year, it was actually slightly better.
Yeah. You know, your AUM growth guidance is 15%, Mr. Chakravarti. Morning, Prashant here.
Yeah, morning.
You have in the past highlighted that there could be some upside risk. You'll see, you'll revise it as you go along, if needed, that is. Are we at that stage?
I wouldn't call it as an upside risk. I would say there is an upside potential.
A potential, sorry, yes.
Yeah. We will do that probably post second quarter.
Post second quarter, but it could be higher.
Possible. Possible.
Okay. You want to sort of quantify? I mean, you have visibility, right? I mean, how things are going. I mean, I'm not asking for a number. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. See, we are slightly, as I told you, we are slightly ahead of the last quarter as of today. So if you are able to hold this here, the third and fourth quarter should give us a good growth number.
Yeah, no, got it. Now, just one point, this is not sort of really about Shriram Finance in that sense, but about the industry. We've seen, you know, over the weekend, for example, you had this farm loan waiver which was announced in Telangana, right? You know, we are hearing murmurs in other states as well that something could happen. There are state elections, etc., also around the corner. What does it do to sort of overall credit quality in that sense, Mr. Chakravarti? And is there any sort of at the margin kind of impact for a business like yours?
No, because again, the farm loan waiver was also limited to basically on the number of acres that a farmer holds and the loan amount. So it's basically, it will definitely benefit the marginal farmers. So I don't see an impact on our margins or business per se. It should actually put a little more money into the hands of the marginal farmers. So which should be okay for good for the rural economy.
Okay. So, you know, earlier when we started, you mentioned that your capital adequacy ratio would strengthen a tad bit, but I didn't get the exact number. The CRAR, what will it strengthen to, if you could tell me, over the next 1 year?
Probably we see. I think right now we are around 20%. So it will go to about 21, 21 and a half, 21 and a half.
21, 21 and a half. Okay, got it. I also wanted to know what's happening with the commercial vehicle side of the business, because the entire sector is, seeing a bit of a decline. The OEMs are not very confident of even single-digit growth, perhaps in FY25. I want to understand, how do you see CV financing growing in FY25?
So let me put this way. So specifically on the CV side, the construction side, it's still there is a demand there on the construction side, like tippers and construction equipment. The demand is still there, and in certain states, we expect the demand to actually go up. For example, a state like Andhra Pradesh, they are actually focusing a lot on now on the infra. Probably states like that, we will see an uptick in demand. And consequently, the used vehicles also market also we should grow. So I would say it's a mixed bag. The MHCVs have slowed down. LCV there is a little slowdown on the LCV side also, but on the used market there is a robust demand on the used vehicle market. Basically because of the cost of the new vehicles have gone up, so there is a good demand for used vehicles. Again, supply side, yes, even in the used vehicle segment, there is a slight constraint on the supply side because the replacement cycles have gotten longer, where people were replacing between 3 to 5 years. Today, it's going to 5 to 6 years now. The replacement cycle has slightly gone up. So the supply is also a little down in the used vehicle market.
No, I mean, would you give it a push? Would you give the CV segment a bit of a push by changing LTV or product loan tenures, etc.? Or no, not really?
LTVs, no, definitely no. We want to have a great margin there. But see, it's not a question of LTV. Again, supply itself is limited supply. So you need to actually I would put it this way. So since supply is low, you need to actually hold on to your customers and make sure that in the replacement market, the customer you don't lose your customer.
Okay. No, I meant help. I meant to push in that segment. So CVs slightly slower, right? As opposed to some of the other segments. What about MSMEs and gold? I mean, those two have been sort of big drivers for you. How is that shaping up?
Both are doing well. In fact, these are the two focus products for us since our merger. And we have MSME loans, because both gold and MSME, because of the addition of the commercial vehicle branches to the network, we were able to increase the point of presence there. So we will continue to push both of them.
Sir, you've been in conversation with rating agencies also, pushing for perhaps an upgrade. Now with the divestment done, your capital ratios picking up by more than 100 basis points. Where have the conversations been with rating agencies? Are we likely to see an upgrade, or what's holding them back?
It's an ongoing dialogue. And I mean, what's holding them back is something that they have to answer, because we've been pushing and we feel that we are the right candidate. We have proved that the merger has worked and the merger is producing results. I mean, we are doing all we can. So now it's in the hands of the rating agencies only.
I know you said that, you've not seen stress in the rural economy as of now, but some of the peers are talking about it, particularly on the MFI side. There was one small finance bank which went ahead and increased the credit cost, the guidance also, the amount that the credit cost would be. Your guidance is about 2%. Are you still maintaining it, or is there a risk to that?
No. We are still maintaining it. We are pretty confident that we will be able to hold it there.
Okay. And on margins? On NIMs, what's the outlook?
NIMs also, as per guidance, we'll be holding it. I mean, we don't see as of today, we don't see any decline in our lending rates, and the margins are holding up. See, I'll put it again. Probably, since we have a basket of products, there could be a slight decline in the margins in, say, a commercial vehicle, but that will be made up in a two-wheeler, a gold, or an MSME. So it's basically a mix of, since we have a mix of products, so we are able to, manage that.
Oh, all right, got that. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. Appreciate you sort of taking out the time, being with us here on CNBC TV18, and good luck to you. So very, very steady growth. 15% AUM growth is the guidance for the medium term. But as Mr. Chakravarti said, it could be an upside there, but we'd only know after the second quarter numbers sort of come through. They'll be able to sort of quantify that if there is an upside. We'll take